and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We're speaking to an interesting man, David Rosler. David has been a film producer for over 35 years, I believe, in all areas of the film industry. And David's making a Christian-based 3D movie. David, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much. Pleasure to be on.
Pleasure to have you. Now, your movie is what, Orbiter? Is that the name of it?
That's correct.
And tell me a little bit about it. What's it like?
Well, it is a live-action, stereoscopic 3D cross-genre Christian science fiction film for the theaters, and its purpose, from a Christian perspective, is to reach out beyond the normal venues and try to, if nothing else, bring the young kids, the teenagers, the 20-somethings, to a point where they can walk out of the theater and say, you know what, it's okay to say, I'm a Christian. Because that's kind of the opposite message that you're getting from Hollywood.
Well, it's sure been the message we've been getting for the last 8 years with Obama, but I think that's changing now.
Hollywood operates entirely independently from
Hollywood, they're crazy.
In D.C. They have an agenda, and it's, I hate to say it because I work with a lot of these people, but it is what it is.
Yes, it is, and it's kind of sad, but I think it's hurting them in the box office, and I think it's really starting to feel it because they're not just playing their movies in Los Angeles. They've got a big country to play to.
And it's a big mistake. It's a big mistake, like it is for actors who decide that they're going to voice political concerns.
Yes.
The nation is very polarized right now, and those actors wind up basically sabotaging their careers because if they get too loud, one half of the audience simply walks away.
No question. They are they're disrupting at least 50% of the society.
Yeah, there you go.
Have you been only making Christian movies? Have you made other types of films?
No, this is actually the first.
Your first one.
So yeah, but the thing was, I didn't. To show you how bad the industry is, it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I even realized that there was this tremendous opportunity for Christian films out there.
I think there are. I think Sean Hannity just did one or financed one.
He did.
And
these films, now I know that you're into investment, these films, staggeringly, budgets very low, $500,000 less. They bring in, on average, about $60 million at the box office, not including DVD sales.
Yeah, well, I think I've heard that no matter how expensive a movie you're going to make, it's going to cost you more to release it.
No, not in this.
No?
Not in this case, because, and the answer to that is simple. I've already worked out agreements with 2 theater chains in which I will be distributing the motion picture myself. They have a few designated demands, technically.
Okay.
And I've met the demands, and so the confiscatory middleman distributor is out of the picture, and it costs very little to distribute, quite frankly.
Well, that's very good.
Very little.
So how far along are you on it?
I can't give you the numbers because my agreement with Deluxe Technical demands that I can't give you the
it's a big company.
Numbers, so.
Are you? Have you already started production, or are you almost done, or what point are you at?
That's very difficult to say because the film is so interwoven with the visual effects.
Okay.
That it isn't the usual process where you shoot the live action and then the visual effects come later, then comes the editing. So it's really hard to really say. I would say about a third of the way through the production.
Are you doing this in film or video, or can you do 3D in video?
Well, it isn't really video. It's these days.
Digital, I mean.
Virtually everything is digital.
Okay.
And shooting a 35mm film is essentially a thing of the past. Nobody really does.
I think you're right. There's still a few of the dinosaurs out there that are doing it.
You know, and I understand their devotion to the aesthetic. I understand it. But you've got resolution in digital now.
Yeah, you really, pretty hard to tell the difference, isn't it?
And so forth. Yeah, they're twice that of motion picture film. So it's going away.
Are you looking for funding? Do you have all the money you need? Are you looking for investors? What are you looking for now?
Well, we do need financing.
Okay.
We were going to do crowdfunding, and then what we discovered
That's hard.
Was that we were being censored on Facebook and Twitter really, really severely.
That doesn't surprise me. They don't want any kind of a religious agenda. If you were making a Moslem movie about jihading the Christians, you'd be way out there. They'd all be supporting you.
You know, that's what people are telling me, and I'd rather not believe it.
I know, but it's a fact. That's what it is. We're living in a totally crazy world today, and I think we need more Christian-based and faith-based films. I think you're doing a great thing, David.
Well, thank you,
folks.
And let me just say that I'm not just doing it because the market is there.
You're doing it to make money.
Now that I've seen what's happening as a Christian myself, it's become a cause.
Well, folks, we're talking to David Rosler, and the movie is Orbiter Movie, right? Orbiter.
Well, the movie's called Orbiter.
Orbiter. And where can people see your trailer and learn more about it and maybe become an investor in your film?
www.orbitermovie.com.
Okay.
And there is a donation investment button link on the right. And we do need people to come in on this thing, because if you can't be seen on social media, you can't be crowdfunding.
That's for sure.
Everybody involved with the project has seen the censorship. You post something like Orbiter in a room with 500,000 Christian group members on Facebook, and you don't get a single response when people posting pictures of their puppies and kittens get dozens or hundreds.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, really.
Well, folks, go to orbitermovie.com. You can make a donation, you can become an investor, and let's get this project off the ground. Folks, again, we've been talking to David Rosler. David, thank you so much.